Welcome back. In our previous episode, we looked at building this beautiful hero section. Okay, so in this video today, we are going to look at how to render images in Next.js. So we are going to continue with our site. We are going to build this section. We are going to build this section here, where we want to render these images, this image, sorry, you're seeing here. And please, if you like our videos, the statistics shows me most of the people who watch my videos download them. Please, I request that you watch the video online in any way to support us, and also please subscribe to our YouTube channel. So let's continue with this part here. So we are going to use this part, and unfortunately my internet has some issues. I would want to use Figma as we have been using, but today we won't. I might have to continue, or I might use a notepad. Okay, I might use a notepad. Then when I have internet, I will update our Figma file. Okay, yeah. So today we are going to use how to display images or image in Next.js 13. Okay, that is great. So this is what you're going to see in this video. So let's build this component. Okay, let's build this component together. So the first thing, I already have our server running. I'm just going to first go to here in components. I'm just going to right click on it, new file. I'm just going to write about, as simple as that, about.jsx. Okay, I'm just going to say rfc, just rfc, just like that. And I can remove this top one. Okay, just like that. So I'm just going to simply put here section. I'm just going to put here section, and let me put a class name of about us. Okay, and then in this section I'm just going to put an h2, and I say about section. Okay, now if I want to use this component I've created here, one thing to remember, when you're in this folder for components, all the file name will start with capital letters. If you notice, about, footer, hero section, and navbar, all the file names that we put inside the components, they start with capital. And another thing to note is that the name of the file here is what is used as the name of the function. So just maintain that convention. Okay, just maintain this convention. But when we are into the app folder, when we are inside the app folder, we do not want to use we use small letters. Okay, however much the functions in each individual page remains capital, but for the files, the folders and the file names, they are in small letters. Okay, I guess you see that distinction. So I've created this this hero section. Okay, I want now to render this, or to use this in our home page, which is the page.js. So come down here and just come and say about. So you will see this from about, and then there's also about from components. Okay, now if you want to avoid things like this, what I can do, I can just go back and rename this, and I call it about section. Instead, the other one becomes about page. So I'm just going to click here and press F2. I'm just going to name this about section. Okay, so that we understand properly that this component is called about section. And if you do that, then you have to rename this name you have used here is the same name that you should use for your function. Okay, just like that. So let me go back now to the page. Okay, let me go back to the page, and so I'm just going to come here. Now you will notice if I just come here and I try to put another component just like this, if I just come here and I say about section, now it is here. You can first write and you just see it here, about section. Okay, just like so. Now you see here they show us we have an error, and if I hover there, they tell you JSX expression must have one parent element. You have to remember that if you're just putting in the return, you must have only one element or one parent element. Okay, you cannot have many just like that. You get it? So let's say we are going to use main. I don't know if we used main here. Okay, if I cut this and I put it inside the main, okay, just like so, and then I put inside here. I don't know if this is going to change our design. Let's see. Okay, so that is great. That is great. So you can see here the about section is here, and this section has a color. If you just check properly, I wish I could zoom in more than this, but it has a pair. It has this pair color. Okay, I'm not going to put these curves that you are seeing here. I'm just going to maintain it as a flat section, but it has that pale color, and I think it's sky blue. So I'm just going to go to our variables. I first create that color, variables, and we already have this sky blue. Okay, we already have this sky blue, so you're just going to maintain this sky blue for this this section. I guess I feel this blue is so much. Let me see where we had used that blue background was, yeah, primary. So you're just going to first, you're going to use sky blue for the about section. So when you come here, we have the hero section. I'm just going to create another styles here. I'm just going to create styles for the hero section. Just simply come here, create a new file, and call it underscore about .scss. Okay, after creating it, before you forget, put it inside the main. Just simply duplicate this and call this one about. Okay, so that is great. And the first thing I want to do is just getting the section. Let me first close all these other ones. Okay, just close all these other ones. Okay, so right now I have this about section, and we gave it this class about. So I'm just going to copy that, come back to the about.css, and I'm just going to first give it that background. So the background color is going to be $sky blue. I'm not sure if the variable is called that. let's first check here in the variables, and it is called primary. Okay, it is called primary. So then let me just make this more lighter. I'm just going to say primary light, primary light, and the way I can do it, I can write here sky blue, and let me just try to make it a lighter one, just like so. Okay, and let me just copy this, Ctrl C, go to the about here. Let's have this color. Let's check now. Okay, so that it is now more lighter. And this section, let me see if we have any styles in the global for section. Okay, so we have a section having a mean height of 100 VH, which is cool. That is great. Now let's just concentrate on putting what is necessary here. So you can see there is this small heading, and then there is also this big heading. So I'm just going to have this about us. So I'm just going to go inside this. I can first close all these ones. Okay, and inside here the about section here, I'm just going to have the first one is going to be H1, and this H1 is saying about us. This part here on top which says about us, and then there is this which says we will help you with our creative thinking. Let's make that one H2. We will help you with our creative thinking. Okay, that is this this is the second part here, and then we go to the image. Okay, we go to the image. I want to first put all other parts before I go to the image. So down here I have these statistics. So I'm just going to put a div for the image. So below here I'm just going to say image. Okay, so the image is going to be in this div. I'm just going to say about image, and the image is going to be inside here. So the first thing is having the image. Okay, the first thing is to have the image. Let me first copy one of my images here very quickly. I have very many images here, and I'm just going to copy one that maybe shows when they are in a team. Okay, I have a lot of images. I don't know which one we should use. Let me first look at the design. Okay, some dark image. There is this one, and then there is this one. Maybe just use this one. Let me see the size. The size is also crazy. Let me see this one. Just get one random image here, and then we use it. Okay, okay, so there is this section, this one. I think we should use this one. Okay, yeah, I'm just going to put this one. So simply I'm just going to copy it. So the first thing is copy the image. You can just go to Unsplash. When my internet is not there, just simply go to Unsplash. Okay, and let me just try to still insist on connecting it anyways. You never know, it can just work. Okay, just go to your folder for the project, and you can easily access it from here by just going on here and you say reveal in File Explorer, and they will take you to the project. Inside the Fabric, we're just going to put just like this, and let me just name it to be about. Okay, I'm just renaming it to about. And it's becoming stubborn, guys. Refresh. Anyways, is it because it's still open? Just make sure I've closed everything and rename it about image. Jesus. Okay, I'm just not focus on that right now. Let me just try here. Let me just try to rename it also from here. Okay, finally here it has accepted. Okay, so just copy your image and put it in the Fabric folder. I don't know if you're able to see my Fabric folder. I have now two images. This we used last time on the hero, and this second one I've called it about. It is also there. Okay, cool. You can see it here. Now what I want of course to use it in our about section. Okay, I will use it in the about image here. Okay, so now I'm just going to first leave this space for it, and then let me make these two parts here. There is this part here, and then there is another part here. So let's just say here we have this section here, which is just like statistics, and then we have this card here. So we have this card, maybe we call it mission card. Okay, so I'm just going to put down here, I will say the statistics dot stats. Okay, just going to call them stats, and in the start item there is a start item. You see this one, start item. I'm just going to say dot start item, and then this item, it has two things. It has a number and a text, so I'm just going to say dot it will just be p dot number, and you can see this first one is having 12 years of operation, 12, and then you can just say here p, and let's give this one a class name of text, years of operation. Okay, and then this start item, there are three of them. Just simply duplicate this one. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so in the second one, has 50 plus projects delivered. So here is 50 plus projects delivered. Okay, and the final one is 250 plus happy clients. 250 plus 250 plus, and here there is happy clients. Okay, that is the section now, 250 plus happy clients. And now down, after finishing those three, these stats, we have this mission card. If you check properly, we have this mission card here. So I'm just going to call this mission card. It has this blue text, and then it also have this description. Okay, I'm just going to come here and I saw dot mission card. Okay, and I'm just going to give it h2 mission, our mission. Just going to call it below subheading h2 dot blue sub heading, and it says our mission, and then there is this text paragraph here, and let me just give it a class name also of paragraph, because this is really a normal paragraph. And I'm just not going to read all that. I'm just going to say rorem and maybe put 20. Okay, so we have all the necessary stuff here, the necessary HTML. We have written all the necessary HTML here. Now let's just start on the image. Okay, so if you are coming from the world of normal HTML JavaScript world, you know very well we use image. Okay, we use this image tag to represent our image. Okay, and the image has two things. It has two attributes, and you can go ahead and also give it more attributes like width. Let me just say 200, and let's say also height. Okay, maybe 300, and this one let me just make it to be 600. Okay, so you are very sure this is how we normally show the image. Now if you just look, our image, it is in the public folder. Okay, so what we simply mention is the name. We have not put it in any folder, any subfolder within the we have not put in any subfolder within the public folder. They are just directly inside the public folder. So what we do, we just simply put the name of the image here. So I'm just going to come here and I say slash, and I can just say about.jpg. Okay, the name here, about.jpg, and I can just say webtech here, webtech stuff, just like that. I can just name something like this. Now let's just go to the browser and you will see the image actually showing up. Okay, you will see the image showing up, and of course it has the width and it has the height. So this is the normal way of using image. Okay, now problems with images, as you know them, the first one is of course rendering. Images are believed to be one of the most things which cause websites to be slow. So images, they need to be optimized by doing laser loading to them. If you have gone into image optimization, you know how much work goes into it. Okay, you know how much work goes into it. So what Next.js did, it created another image component that is inbuilt in Next.js. Okay, it built in another image component that is built in Next.js, that is going to be what is responsible for optimizing your images. So out of the box, Next.js makes our images optimized for search engine optimization and even for improved performance. Okay, so you don't need to use this normal image. If you use this normal image, it will be having longer loading times. It will just be delaying all this information to be fetched until it is downloaded. But with Next.js image, we can fetch all the data, and they do laser loading on the image. When the image comes or when the other content has finished, and then they can bring the image. So to use the optimized image, built-in image component in Next.js, you have to change this img, the normal one, and you turn it into image. the capital and the word image. You have to replace this img with this capital image, and you see this first letter is capital I. Now it should also have the same path, it has the same alt. You can give it width, and by the way, on this one it is a must you specify width and height if you're using the image. I will show you. Let me not put width and height, and I will show you. If I don't put let's first leave alone before going into that. We are going to first get the first error, and I want you to first see it. So let's reload here. Okay, so now the first thing we get is that image is not defined. So you can see clear this is the image component we have just used right now. Now this image comes from Next.js. So every time you use the image component on any of your components or page, you have to use or to import it from Next.js. Okay, so the technique is you can actually put the mouse or the cursor at the end of the component you want to import, like at the end here, and press Ctrl spacebar. Okay, you press Ctrl spacebar, and you will see they will be suggesting to get it from next image. Okay, so if it doesn't work for you, don't mind. Simply also just come on top here at first and just write import. So you say import image from next image. Okay, so the image is always imported from next image. So if I just do that, they will reload the page, and then we should be able to see our image. Okay, it is taking some time. You can see here it is compiling, and it has finished now, and they are reloading the page. Let's scroll down, and you see now it takes some seconds, and then so they first display this data, and then they do laser loading on this image. Now one thing you have to notice on this Next.js, the first thing is if you don't show the width, so on the image component here, if you don't show this width and height, let me first remove them, they will give us another error telling us that image with source about is missing required width property. So you must specify the width and the height of the image while using this. So if I put back a width and height like so, they are now show us the image. Okay, you can see we are now okay, they show us the image. Now me personally showing the image just like this, you have no much free control about this image. Okay, you have no much control about this image, as you know, putting these dimensions within here. So alternatively, Next.js says you can use this keyword called fill. So you can just put a fill keyword here, even if you don't give it equal to true, just simply put the word fill. Now when you do fill, what they do, if you are familiar with positioning, this fill does one thing. What it does, it makes this image to be position absolute. Okay, they make this one to be position absolute, and now you have to make its container, this about image is its container, you have to give it position relative. Okay, so right now if I just don't do anything, the image has disappeared, it is nowhere. Okay, the image has disappeared, it is nowhere. So and you can see it by the way here on top here. Okay, because already we said they make it position relative or position absolute, that's why it is behaving like this. So the first thing you have to do is you have to go to its container, which is this about image, Ctrl C, I want you to pay attention. So go to the image container. We have the about here. So you can actually do it from inside here, and it said dot about image. So with dot about image, what you want to first give it is position relative. Okay, when you give it position relative, at least it will now understand that its container is now this. Okay, now next, let's give this about image some width and height. Let's just say width, I'm just going to give it 100 view width, and for the height I'm just going to give it about 30 view height. Okay, if I do that, let's see, scroll down, and now you can see our image is trying to fit in its container. Okay, let's actually give it about 50, and we see how 50 looks like. Okay, 50 is okay. Now, but the first problem we have is, you look at our image. Our image is looking very, very bad because it has been now stretched, okay, like in terms of height. So to fix this, inside this image, we can actually access the actual image. This image here, you can see we have this container about image, and then inside we have this image, Next.js image. Now when you put fill, you have now control to control this image. So what we can do inside here, we can say I want to access the image. You can even give it a class, but I'm just going to use it just img here. And the first thing I'm just going to give it is width to be 100%, and also height to be 100%. And then another thing I'm just going to give it is object fit to be cover. So they should be enough to fix it. Just only those lines of code, they should be enough to fix it. Okay, so you can see the image is here. It has been cropped off just like that, and you could just go ahead and also just crop it by yourself, but it's looking great right now. Now one more problem we have is we have maybe to put the padding on this section. Okay, and let me just first see in the global if we have any way we are controlling padding. There is no way we are controlling padding. So to keep uniform, I'm just going to go on the hero, and on the content we had used this padding. Okay, so I'm just going to use this. I'm going to put this padding in the variable. I'm just going to use here dollar padding, section padding. I'm just going to call this one section padding. Okay, so I'm just going to create this variable inside here. Okay, right now you're going to get an error, but I just say section padding. Okay, and let's give it this value here, just like so. Now let's just refresh. In a second this error will have to go off. Okay, just try to save. I think it should rebuild now. So here this area is saying undefined variable. We are now okay. Please, okay, we are now okay. So I'm just going to use section this section padding in all places. So in the hero here, not in the hero but about. So you just go to the section padding here on top. We say padding, and we just say it is section padding, and that one will help us to look uniform with other sections. Okay, so you just work on. Now we have our image. You see how it looks like, really nice now. Okay, I feel like it has there is more padding. We can just actually increase on the padding, more especially on the side. So here, let's also make it 5. Let me see how it looks like. I've made it 5. 5. Okay, that one looks, I guess, okay. Let's just go with this. Now we are having this problem of scrolling. Okay, I want first to give the background color to this section. This about image, I want to give it a background color, and I see where it is located. Let me first close this here. About. So we have about image, and it has, let's just say here, we have 100 view width. We have there the 50%. Okay, and then you have the image to be 100 and width 100, and this one object fit. Okay, let me just first go here and I say background color of red. I don't think we'll see that red anywhere. Okay, but clearly this image is exceeding the section of which we don't want. So one way we can just say here overflow hidden. Okay, in this section we can actually trim off maybe parts which are overflowing. I feel like let me first go to the about section. I will first take off the image so that we understand clearly the problem, that it is caused by the image. Okay, so the problem actually is on the container itself, the about container, this about image. I think it is because we gave it this width of 100 view width. Okay, so to sort this, we could also give the width of 100 view width, or let's try 100%. Let's try 100%, and with 100%, it is fitting in properly here where we want it. Now let's just go to this image and we give it, we put it back, and we see now. Okay, scroll down. Okay, so the image is clearly fitting in very well. And now I can just go to this, since I gave it overflow hidden, I can give it a border radius of 10 pixels. Okay, I can give a border radius of 10 pixels, and you can see it is now looking nice, exactly like this one. Okay, that is great. We are doing good, guys. So now the next is now to style these other parts here. Okay, so the first thing is that all these things are in the center. Okay, this and this, they're in the center. So we can just simply come here and we go to about, and we can just first of all target. Let me first close this. We have here on top, we have the H1, which is about us, and H2, which is this, we will help you with stuff. So you can just simply get about us, and I get H1 and H2, and I center them. Specifically, we can give them also the names. So this one, I'm just going to say class name, section, heading. Okay, and then this one, I'm just going to say class name, section, subheading. Okay, and so you have section heading, which is the smaller one. So let me just come here and see. And since I want them to be used in other places, I can put them outside section heading and section subheading. Just like that. So this one, we know we have font weight maybe 6. Let's give it 700. Let's give it text align center, just like that. And let's see, you can see it is well in the middle here. And then the same thing to the subheading. Okay, the subheading here, if you just do that, it also, they center it also. Now if you notice here the color of these, all these ones, okay, so I'm just going to see what they have in common. I'm just going to say just comma section subheading to avoid writing too much code. So I can now remove this. Okay, I can say color, so they have the same color, which is dark, color dark. I guess that is color, the dark color dark. And then another thing we can give them is, maybe we can give them margin bottom. Okay, margin bottom of maybe 1.5 rem. Okay, let's see what is changing. Yes, that is good enough. Now what we want to do is increase this, and let's reduce their font weight maybe to 400. This one looks so much bold. Okay, that is okay. Now what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to target this section subheading and give it font size of maybe 3.5 rem to make it big. Okay, yeah, that is great. Okay, that is great. And now we have this one. Now we can go ahead and work on the stuff here. Maybe this one we make it just say. So now the next to work on are these, the image. We have worked on the image clear. Now is this stats. So just get these stats, and these ones we can write them inside here. Okay, we have the about image. Now we can just write dot stats. So the stats, the first thing is to give them display flex, and you see now we have at least them in flex here. And secondly, what we are going to do is for each start card, so we have a start card here, let's give them a gap of 1 rem. And now secondly is to test to target these numbers. So to target the numbers, we have the numbers dot number. So we have where we have a number, and let's say font size is going to be 3 rem, and font weight, let's just put it maybe to 500. Let's see how that one turns out. Okay, that one looks pretty great. That is already good. I feel like the color, we are missing out the color. Let me see on our variables, and that is the only color we have that seems to get towards blue, but this one is typical white, and this one looks like there's some darkish blue. Yeah, darkish blue, and we can just tend to change this one a bit. Okay, we can just try to move it towards this side of blue so that it affects the whole website. Let's just wait and see. Okay, event compiled. Yeah, I guess now it is more bluish. Okay, just moving on, let's just work on this section. Let's give it some small padding. This start section, let's give it padding so that it has some space, 1 rem, and on the sides we can leave it at 0. Let's look at that down here. Yep, here they look great. Now maybe we increase on gap, we make it 2 rem. Okay, yep, that is looking great. Now the years of operation, that is the text. So inside here we have text. We can also increase the font size to maybe 1.5 rem, and we can also increase the font weight, okay, also to 600. Scroll down, that looks like more bold. Let's make it 400. Okay, yep, so that one is okay. Now let's see if they are centered. They are not. I think that one is already okay, and this background looks more tough. Our background looks more tough. I'm just going to go here and edit it again, make it more towards white. Okay, I want to make it more, yes, I think that one is okay. Okay, because here is, you barely notice it is white, and we can even this one, yep, just like that. That is okay, that is great. Let's now work on this, our mission card. Okay, then let's just work on that, our mission card. Can close this. So we have the mission card here. Okay, this. So this mission card, want it to be relative to this whole section. I want it to be positioned absolute. Okay, let me first work on it. I'm just going to go, where is the mission card? So the mission card is here. Just copy it, its name, come to here. Inside we have stats. So for it, we can even put it outside alone. Okay, just say dot mission card, and first of all, let me give it a width of like 20 view width. Okay, height, let me just leave it auto, and let me give it a background color of white. So since we have white here, and I think let's give color to dark. Okay, color, I think it is color dark. Okay, okay, this is the card. The background color, though I'm not seeing it, background color of white. Okay, now, okay, just never mind, let's just put a border so that we can see it. Border of 1 pixel, solid red. I just want to see this mission card properly. Okay, okay, this is our mission card. Let's go ahead and increase here to maybe 30, and let's give it padding. Top and bottom, let's give 2 rem. Let's just leave 2 rem all around, and we see how it looks like. Okay, it looks like that. So in the mission card we have H2, which has color blue. So I'm just going to say H2, and I'm just going to say color blue. Actually, we have that color blue. Let me first remove this. So we have color here, color blue, just like that. And let's also give it margin bottom of 1 rem. So if we just go down here, yep, so this is it. So right now the only thing we want is to change, to bring it from here and now bring it somewhere here where it is located. So we can use we can use positioning, position absolute. So the first thing, I'm just going to give it here, I'm going to give it position absolute. Okay, and then to the section about, I'm going to give it position relative. Okay, and then now when you do that, it is just going to move out of space, as you can see, like that. Now let's give it where to stick. So we can just come here and we say we want it at bottom, let's say bottom 20 pixels, and right, let me just say right also 20 pixels. So it will stick at this side at the bottom. So we can move it up by giving this in percentage. Let's just say bottom 20% now. Instead, let's see where that one can put it. Okay, it has moved it somehow, and let's see how it is located. I think that is pretty good according to where it is located here. Yeah, that is already good. Let's give also 20% on the right. Okay, let's give 20%. It is also going to push it this side. That is too much. Maybe with 15%. Okay, yeah, that one is looking more nice. And maybe the only thing, we just give it first of all the p tag that is inside it, this paragraph. So let me just copy this paragraph, and the paragraph, you don't need to put it inside the mission card. You can just name your paragraph, and the first thing is line height. Okay, just make it 1.8. Let's look at that. Okay, that line height seems to be okay. Maybe make it 1.7. Now next is making have, it has also a border radius, and it has border radius here. So instead of border, let me change it to border radius, and let's have 10 pixels. Okay, yeah, that one is looking great. The only problem is it has white, it has background of white. Now this color here, I could put important here. I don't know if it already has, it could change that, like to say we want background color of white here. I'm just going to inspect to see the color that is taking. Just click on F12. Okay, and remove this. I'm not right now into The only thing I just want to see is this card, the mission card, and background of white. I don't know why it is not working. Is it because of our white? Let me just change it to FF. Yeah, I think it is white. It is almost the same color as the background. Okay, so I'm just going to change here to white, just like that. Okay, I think that one will solve the problem. Let me just close. Okay, it is looking great now. Yep, and yeah, this marks the end of our component. This component is done. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe, share with others so that they can get all this amazing content where we learn by building practical projects. Okay, thank you so much for watching. See you in